morning, everybody. Welcome to the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd, and I am running late. Boy, are we running late this morning. Kiddo got up. She was raring to go, and so we hung out until about 8:15 and then ran her off to school, and now we're back talking about the weather. But I was able to throw some stuff together and look at the forecast before she woke up. Nothing's changed in the last hour and a half or so. 2 hours since I looked at all that data. Did a quick refresh to the forecast. That's now available on the app and at digitalweatherdesk.com. And away we go on this Wednesday. Good morning, Callie on YouTube. Thanks so much for hopping in. If you didn't join me yesterday, I got a teleprompter. I don't need to read anything off the teleprompter. I don't even have words on the teleprompter, but now I can see my graphics in the teleprompter. And so I can look at you instead of sitting here looking down, which is weird and not engaging in any way. And I'll still have to look down, especially during severe weather live streams, to control the computer system, draw things, and make things all pretty. But during these normal times, I can actually see that there's not a whole lot of cloud cover across the area. And as we go through the rest of the day, or at least not a lot of pronounced cloud cover, and I would look at the visible satellite, but the sun still trying to kind of crawl up. Make no mistake, there's still some clouds out there. We're still trying to get rid of the last of them. And we will be in that process through the early part of the day. Sunshine through much of the morning, late morning hours and early afternoon. And then the clouds roll back in late afternoon and into the evening, paving the way to rain chances. Susie, Linda, Matus, Betty, good morning. Thank you so much for joining in. Again, my apologies for running a smidge late. Check out the radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Schedule your free roof inspection, brownsroofingla.com, the exclusive roofing partner of the Digital Weather Desk. No rainfall yet. As we go through the day today, we will expect to see the cloud cover return, I would think by 4 or 5 o'clock in many locations. The computer models have been a little bit earlier with the cloud cover, kind of running it in at 3 o'clock. Yesterday they were running them in more at like 6 or 7, so I'm just going to split the difference, say 4 or 5. Feel pretty good about that. Temperatures across the area this morning, close to the freezing mark. A lot of areas did not drop to the freezing mark through the overnight time frame. In fact, I don't believe the Monroe Airport saw the freezing mark. In fact, we've hovered at 35, 36 through much of the overnight. And there are other areas that did see the freezing mark, but have obviously climbed a little bit as we head through the bottom of the 8 o'clock hour this morning. 34 in El Dorado, 34 in Camden, 32 in Greenville, 33 in Lake Providence. A check of dew points, and again, that had a lot to do with a lot of areas not dropping below freezing. The air did not necessarily dry out as quickly as we initially thought, so it didn't give us a lot of wiggle room in terms of really seeing temperatures fall quickly through the overnight. Again, kept a lot of areas above freezing. Yes, they only stay little for so long. We have an almost 17-year-old and a 19-month-old. Diapers and driver's ed. Well, that's what we were calling it a couple of months ago. Good morning to you, Jan. Or when you have a teenager and a toddler, one's trying to talk to you and the other one won't speak to you. I'm just kidding. Caden's awesome and he's great. He's busy though. Got his job, doing high school or doing high school things. Those are the best times of your life. Gwen, loving the Louisiana weather. Very Christmas for Louisiana. Loving the weather. A very Christmas for Louisiana. I would agree with that. Winds are out of the southeast. That also played a role this morning. Those winds stayed persistent out of the southeast, kept us a little bit warmer through the overnight instead of winds becoming calm or staying out of the northeast. That made a difference. Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports, I-20 Frontage Road in Monroe. Dirt bikes, ATVs, side-by-sides. The Christmas season is here. Go see Mike and the gang. And when you're there, pick me up a side-by-side. I'll hit you back for it later. I've always wanted one of those. Please don't buy one in my stead because I don't have the money for one. 7 year, you thought the 7-year gap was rough. It's actually kind of cool because they both kids kind of had their own childhood. There's not a lot of jealousy or anything like that. Caden's doing his own thing and then Addison just knows Big Brother, and he's just another tall person that can reach things and let her grab stuff off shelves and stuff like that. That's all we're really important. We're just the big kids in the house. I'm just here to reach tall things and kill bugs. That's all I do. Futurecast shows the cloud cover rolling back in this afternoon. There's probably a lot of dads that are eventually going to read that. And go, yeah, that's me. And I tend to get the smellier diapers, which I don't mind. It's whatever. Just gotta do what you gotta do. Front arrives later today. Rain moves back in late tonight and through the day on Thursday. So the rain kind of comes in two waves tomorrow. We get the first wave of rainfall. It starts late tonight, early tomorrow morning. I wouldn't be surprised to see showers as early as 10:30 p.m. tonight. Most of it should be fairly light, but expect the rain to get a little bit heavier as we head through the overnight. Could even incorporate a few thunderstorms. Not expecting severe weather, but just the occasional rumble of thunder and maybe a few gusty winds from time to time through the overnight hours and through the early part of the day tomorrow. Rain continues to advance off to the east. Showers redevelop after a brief gap in the rain by early afternoon tomorrow. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder on occasion then as well, especially south of I-20. I really don't expect that to be a prolonged issue across southern Arkansas. The showers will return, though. And then expect rain to become more scattered as the evening progresses and the cloud cover starting to linger, but it doesn't really necessarily point to a lot of widespread rain chances. Before I go any farther, I neglected a shout-out, and I had a shout-out this morning, a special one for Laura Boyer. I received a message that she is a faithful streamer, and she also sang the national anthem at the Monroe Moccasins hockey game back on November 23rd, and just got a net message saying she's a huge fan. And so, hey to Laura Lee, thank you so much for being a huge fan. I appreciate that. Oh gosh, everybody's commenting stuff. Kathy, good morning. Merry Christmas to you as well. Yes, Callie, dads are the best. I can say that because my wife's out of town. And good morning to you as well, Carmen. So again, clouds are going to be a possibility through the day on Friday, but the rain is a little bit more uncertain. I would think the best chances on Friday would be in the southern parishes. And then as we kind of go into the day Saturday, Sunday, we work another cold front through the area. I really am not overly confident at generating a lot of rainfall with that front on Sunday, but it will kind of reset temperatures for the early parts of next week. Check our rainfall totals, and this particular computer model, which is the one I just showed you, this is just showing the rain results of what I just showed you as far as the Futurecast. That's based on the Barron 3K model. It's one of our in-house products, and it shows rain totals ranging anywhere from about a half inch, 3/4 of an inch. This is all the way through tomorrow, all the way through the rest of the week. So it's really encompassing the morning rainfall and then the afternoon rainfall as well. And generally landing us in the half an inch range across much of southern Arkansas, but it also beefs up those rain chances and the rain totals to 2+ inches of rain in the southern counties and parishes. Now, I think that's a little overcooked because I think it's also a little over-aggressive with the thunderstorm potential in the southern parishes as we go through the day tomorrow, but it is something to take into account. Futurecast shows as we go through the nighttime hours and into the early morning, there will be a higher concentration or a higher potential for lightning across the southern parishes and counties during the morning hours. Again, the occasional transient rumbles of thunder, just a few elevated thunderstorms, and again, perhaps getting a little bit more concentrated along the Mississippi Valley by mid to late morning. The round of rainfall Thursday afternoon, nowhere near as much elevated instability and the energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere not quite as potent. So we're probably just going to see a few rumbles of thunder in the southern parishes, and that's about it as we go through the afternoon on Thursday. May, Jane, Becky, Debbie, good morning to all of you. Callie asks about football, Friday night, weather in Ruston. Of course, we do the football forecast on Friday, but that doesn't really do a lot of good for planning today. It looks as though it'll be cloudy, but I think we're going to dodge rainfall for Friday night, and that goes for the Neville-Washita game at Bill Ruppel on Friday night as well. Most of northern Louisiana looks dry. We've got Sterlington, we got Union, we got Gina, we got Mangum. Man, we got it's like every team that's still in the playoffs in northern Louisiana is from northern. Every team that's still left in the high school football playoffs in Louisiana is from northern Louisiana. Another look at the forecast data. This is what we call the NBM, the National Blend of Models. Again, kind of a weighted blend of a lot of different data. And you can see where the rain totals in the southern parishes are a smidge more conservative, more in the inch and a half range. The official rainfall forecast from the Weather Prediction Center does call for some 2-inch totals in the southern counties and parishes. Think Grant, LaSalle, Catahoula, Concordia, into Adams County, maybe Jefferson and Claiborne counties, maybe as far north as that in western Mississippi. Martha, good morning to you. As it sits right now, and I probably shouldn't have waited this late into the stream to say it, but I've been communicating with Karen Hicks with the organizing the El Dorado Christmas Parade and the South Arkansas Christmas Parade. They are planning to roll as scheduled tomorrow night with the rainfall in the forecast. I genuinely think, considering all of the planning that goes in for something like that, it's the right call. There's probably going to be the potential for some rainfall, especially early in the afternoon and evening. So as you go to set up and stuff like that, it'll probably be raining. But hopefully the rain becomes more scattered or maybe even moves out by the time the parade rolls tomorrow evening. So again, Christmas parade in South Arkansas in El Dorado is still rolling tomorrow. They've been in very close contact with the forecast. They've not taken that decision lightly. If you don't know about the South Arkansas Christmas Parade that rolls through El Dorado this time of year, the first Thursday of December, I believe it is, every year, throw a poncho on and go see it. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. But again, throw the poncho on. You may be dealing with the showers early. Low to mid-50s for highs today. Clouds return late, not quite as cool. Monroe has parades on Saturday too. Well, the good news for Saturday is the rain chances are gone by Saturday. But yeah, I believe is the Redneck Christmas Parade this weekend? I think so. If you haven't been to that one, that's a fun one. Lots of Christmas stuff going on. Of course, across northern Louisiana, not just in southern Arkansas, not just in El Dorado and in Monroe, but I mean, even just outside the coverage area. If you've never done Christmas in Natchitoches, highly recommend. Only significant tweak to the forecast tonight is the fact that I added thunderstorm potential in. That's been generally along and south of I-20. If you check the app, some areas it's just showers. Some areas it's showers and thunderstorms. Again, forecast really just depends on location. Ruston's Parade's Thursday night. Ooh. Probably dealing with showers, or at least a possibility. But it's kind of the same scenario. The rain should be moving out, especially in western counties and parishes or northwestern counties and parishes, earlier than folks along the Mississippi Valley. Again, for so much planning to go into Christmas parades and these types of festivities, and people plan everything around those types of things. Unless it's absolute deluge, ridiculous rain or severe weather potential or something like that, or it was going to be like 34 degrees and just pouring rain, I'm generally a fan of let's just roll and hope for the best. There's too much planning that goes on for those types of things. And rescheduling, nobody likes to reschedule anything. 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware. Shows the rain back in with the thunderstorm potential on Thursday. Again, we are not expecting severe weather. Again, you look at daytime highs in the upper 40s. That's not going to make severe weather. Week front on Sunday, maybe a slight rain chance then. Friday's rain chance is still kind of a wild card, especially in the southern counties and parishes where the lingering clouds and the lingering showers could be a little bit more pesky. So we'll keep an eye on that over the next little bit. I'm running behind, clearly, so I'm going to get caught up in the next half hour. Too Long Didn't Read comes out at 9:30. I'll join you midday with a stream. The mother-in-law comes into the rescue to help me out for the rest of the week, so that'll allow me to be able to execute the evening stream generally on time. Fish and game later tonight. I think that's about it. Forecast is always available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. For the folks that have kind of stumbled across the weather platform here lately and they're wondering how do I find you? Well, if you're seeing this right now, you're in the right spot. There is no other page that you need to like or follow unless you want to go to the other social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, X, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. If you want to go subscribe or like or whatever there, totally cool. But you're in the right spot. Good morning to you, Joy. And we do this 3 times a day, usually between 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning, usually right around noon, and then usually again between 4 and 6 p.m. in the afternoon. And then obviously as needed for severe weather or any kind of breaking weather or things like that. But things have been relatively quiet for the first 3 months of the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Again, clouds will roll back in late after some brief clearing late this morning. And then the rain's back in late tonight. We'll keep you updated with the forecast for the rest of the day. Have a great day, everybody.